Hi again, guys. Just me today, but I've had so many questions and conversations with different creators here on the platform that I thought it was time to make a video about channel monetization and the type of content we produce. So it is, frowned upon on YouTube, as most of you know. It's hard to make a channel that makes content like this and be successful, and more importantly, be able to monetize some of that content so it can help support your channel. Because any of you creators know, or anybody who's making videos in this segment knows, it's a ton of work. Like putting in all the effort and everything we do into a video, it's days, weeks, months worth of effort into make just one video. And YouTube will restrict those and just make it so all that hard work, you won't get the views and won't help grow your channel, and you definitely won't see any kind of return from the views that you do get. So how can you monetize on YouTube, and how can you make content that's going to help your channel grow? So in this video, I'm going to give you guys the tips on how to monetize your channel and still be able to create content that you want to and that people will enjoy and will help grow your channel faster, because you'll get content that's being seen and not restricted, making content that's related to cannabis. The gist of it all, guys, is if you want to be able to monetize your channel and you want to be able to make content that's going to be seen by viewers and not restricted either by age or ads or both, is to make content that doesn't feature any plants or any smoking or anything that would be against the community guidelines. So the guidelines are pretty clear, and I'll put a link to them in the description below. But pretty much anything that shows a plant or shows smoking or anything related directly in the video is just going to get caught immediately by the algorithm. So that's going to immediately hinder your ability to get followers and have people see your content that you're creating, because it's going to be restricted and behind a wall of YouTube. So it's not going to show up in search results. It's not going to show up when people are watching other videos as related ones. It really hinders your channel's performance. So to take it back a step, like first, let's just talk about the requirements to get your channel monetized. So what you have to do is you have to hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 public watch hours. Once you've achieved those, then you can apply for monetization via the YouTube Studio. And when we got this, the first time we tried to apply after we met the goal of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, we applied, we of course got rejected. And because if you look at the rules and how it's stated, if your channel has mostly content that's restricted, you're probably not going to get approved. So what we did is we made some content that was unrestricted. That means it doesn't show plants, doesn't show consumption, and doesn't have things like that. After we release, I would say a good 5 to 6 videos. The good thing is every 30 days you can reapply for your channel to get monetized again. So after the first time we were rejected, what we did is we made some unrestricted content, and then we went and reapplied after 30 days. And after that, we got approved and got in because we had some videos that weren't restricted. If they see your whole channel and every single video is restricted age and monetization wise, you're probably not going to get approved until you at least diversify your content. So that would be the first tip, guys. Diversify your content of your channel. That means if you're going to be doing like light reviews or something like that, do an unboxing and a feature overview of the light, but just don't show plants in that video as well. Not only is that going to help you get more views, it's going to help your channel out, because then you're going to have some content that's not considered restricted or age restricted, ad restricted. It's just going to help your channel out immensely. So start to diversify your content, and that's a really great thing to do for the channel. Even before you hit the mark or the possibility to be able to apply, definitely start to diversify your content and try and make videos and think of ideas of videos that you can do that won't feature any kind of plant content or consumption, because that's not going to get restricted. It's going to get you more viewers, it's going to get more views, and plus it's going to add to some videos that are unrestricted that are going to help your channel when it comes time to monetize. So if you're not now, start to think about ideas of videos that you can do that won't get restricted. That's just going to help your channel, and then that's going to increase your chances of getting approved once you finally hit those requirements. After you hit those requirements and you have an AdSense account and everything's ready to go and you've applied, chances are you're probably going to get approved if you've diversified some of your content. So once you get approved, obviously then there's a whole new set of rules and little tricks and things like that that can help you just produce videos that won't get restricted and be able to monetize them while continuing to grow your channel. Once you get approved, you will start to get things like channel members, which are going to help support your channel. And it's a great way for the viewer base that you've built to, if they enjoy your content, support what you're doing. We really appreciate our channel members because you guys definitely help pick up where YouTube has shunned us. So it's a huge help, and definitely look into that. The memberships is a great feature because it offers incentives and perks to your viewers who watch your channel. And obviously you're still going to be making content like grow series and things like that are going to get restricted. There's really no way around doing grow videos, showing plant content, or doing consumption and having it be unrestricted. You can definitely, when you upload them, you can try and fight it, but it's never going to get approved. Like, they're going to get reviewed either by the algorithm or it goes to a human person, and they're not going to approve it. It's a lost cause, guys. So if you're trying to look for a way to upload a grow video and have it not be restricted, the chances are slim to none. So just get that idea out of your head right now and just focus on what you can do. So once you get approved, the memberships is a great way to help start generate revenue off of the content that you're creating. Because if people enjoy your content, they're going to want to support you because it is a lot of work, and we all know that. But once you get approved and you can start to upload videos and monetize them, you will see that you'll probably get access to the self-rating system. So that means when you upload a video, YouTube will start to take into account your rating plus the algorithm's rating. And it's really important that once you gain that feature, that you rate your videos accurately, because if you rate them inaccurately, like if we take a look at some of the videos we've uploaded, you can clearly see the limited ones that have been checked by either manual review or the system. And if it rejects it versus your rating, it counts against you. So you really want to rate them accurately, because the better you rate them and the more consistent you are in your ratings of those videos, the better off you're going to be trying to upload something and have it not be blocked or accidentally blocked. So when you upload videos, and let's say you make a talking video about something about growing or something related, or maybe a nutrient that you've used, or just a method of, training or something like that. When you first upload that, and you make sure when you film it that there's no plant content and you're not consuming anything on screen, that will probably go through. Chances are sometimes it still gets restricted, and then you can do a manual review. Sometimes even that will get rejected, and sometimes it takes re-uploading and then having them check it again. And sometimes you'll get through to the person that will approve it, and then it's great, good to go at that point. But just keep in mind, at any point YouTube can come back and still restrict that video. We've had it happen to videos that definitely featured no content. They wrongly accused it of swearing and hate speech when we were talking about plant container size, and they completely restricted that one. I fought it tooth and nail, and they just would not turn it around. There are some new rules on YouTube that they've actually released recently. It's saying that you should not do tips and recommendations on recreational drug usage or creation, such as cannabis farming. So that means making content talking about farming is now considered restricted as part of these new rules. So that's something to think about, and it could affect the content you want to create. But it's really just a tip that you can follow to try and help make content that conforms with the guidelines. So definitely review the YouTube guidelines. They are changing all the time, and I'm sure at the point where it becomes legal in the states here, that these rules will probably again change, because they're going to want to reap the benefit of the ad dollars, right? So it's something to think about, but definitely make sure you're rating them accurately once you get that ability to do that. And that's going to happen during the upload process. It's going to ask you to self-rate your video, and then it's going to rank it against how you rated it with the algorithm. And if they don't agree, your video is going to end up restricted. Another thing I've found is that if during that upload process and you have the self-rating feature enabled on your channel, sometimes it doesn't always get enabled right away. Sometimes after a while of having monetization, it will become enabled, just like memberships, just like merch, just like supers and super chat. Those are all little things that get added after you're approved to monetization. But you can go in the monetization tab, check your ad status and your ratings and how you've rated versus YouTube rated. Again, if you do it inaccurately or you're trying to slip things through and they catch you, they're gonna catch that, and then it's gonna hurt your next uploads and all your other uploads until you get consistent results. And if you continually try to slip stuff through or try and say stuff is good for ads and it's not, then they're gonna probably take away your monetization from your channel and unlink your AdSense. So really guys, in the end, it's more about diversifying your content so you have content on your channel that is unrestricted. The easier it is to monetize your channel. If your whole channel is all age and ad restricted content, you're not gonna get approved, just plain and simple. Even when you do get approved, a lot of times if you expect your old videos to either go back to like a limited, age restricted or ad restricted or a yellow $sign, chances are they're not gonna go back through and approve those. They're all gonna be ineligible. So if you're banking on old stuff getting in once you get approved, it's probably not gonna happen, so don't even bother. What will happen is your videos that you made that were unrestricted will be able to then be monetized to immediately start helping your channel. I've also found that when you upload a video, if you don't rate it before the upload finishes and they find something wrong with it, or it would normally be a yellow age restricted or ad restricted video, it will just make it completely ineligible with no option to try and appeal or overturn that. So it's important to make sure you do your ratings before it's finished uploading and then rate them accurately so it helps you in the future rating your own videos. It's really important to rate them accurately. There's various other things that will get videos restricted or blocked. Think about your thumbnails. Think about the keywords and the metadata or tagging that you're using. If you're using edgy words in your thumbnail, if you're in your thumbnail, you have pictures of plants or anything like that, the algorithm's gonna detect it. And even if the video doesn't contain anything, there's a very good chance it will still restrict that video just based on the thumbnail or keyword metadata. So think about your terms and what you're doing. Sometimes you can see that happen live as you upload the video. Let's say you upload a video with absolutely no content, and then you go through and do your keywords and suddenly the video's restricted. Sometimes you can appeal that. Sometimes it won't let you overturn that. So your only option is to then re-upload the video and then be a little bit more selective or careful with your keywords. That's something that definitely helps get some videos approved that should have definitely been approved because they didn't feature content or anything that would fall against the community guidelines. But it's just something to think about. Sometimes you do have to take a video and upload it a few times to get it to pass and be approved. Even if there's nothing in it, even if there's nothing questionable, it's just the algorithm. Usually once it gets to a human review, they will agree and then approve it. Sometimes you can upload the same vid 3 times and have them all pending approval. It can take, sometimes it takes an hour, sometimes it takes 3 days. So think about that when you're uploading and how long it takes for the appeal to go through if it passes. So just really kind of judge your content that you're making with a critical eye and think about that. There's a lot of things that can lead to strikes or things like that for your channel, which are not gonna go away. If you get 3 strikes, your whole channel will be deleted and all the hard work, time, energy, and money you put into your channel is gonna be all for nothing because it's pretty hard to get your channel undeleted after it has been. So make sure you guys follow and know the guidelines and what's gonna get you strikes. So what is gonna get you strikes, and that's really easy, and I see a lot of people make these mistakes both on Instagram and YouTube. This is clearly in the guidelines that you cannot put links to any kind of distribution companies. So like your favorite breeder or genetic company, if you're to put their website in your description, a link to their website who sells genetics, that's gonna definitely get you a strike if it's caught by the system. And the only time we've ever had a video got struck was a genetic company's website in our video description and hard coded into the video too. Don't think just if you hard code the website address into your video it won't get caught. That will get caught as well. So don't ever put anything that's gonna lead to or link to the direct sale of anything related. It's really risky for your channel. That doesn't count like gear and tents and lights and things like that. We're talking about actual either genetics or things like that. If you link to that kind of stuff and it gets caught, it's gonna be a strike immediately. And if you get 3 strikes, your channel's gone. You only get 1 warning and that never goes away. Sometimes strikes will drop off after X amount of time, but you definitely want to be careful with what you're doing in the content you're making, because if you're breaking any guidelines, even if it might get through for a while, you could definitely get hit on it later and it could cost you everything you've worked for. So keep that in mind, guys. It's a really important tip. I just wanted to share this and get this stuff out here with you guys because it's all part of normalizing and, you know, stop demonizing a plant and how to grow it, or information or tips or anything. Really, it shouldn't matter if you see plants or not. I don't think that's a big deal. And I think a ton of the community knows this as well, along with the rest of the nation. So hopefully, guys, this will help you be successful in your channel and grow it and be the content creator that you want to be. But I hope this video has been helpful and gives you guys some insights on how to monetize your channel and create this kind of content on YouTube. It's definitely not easy, and it's an uphill battle, especially if you're trying to, you know, have the dream like we do of making this a full-time thing or something that we could, you know, quit our jobs with and enjoy doing. And there's restrictions and they're constantly changing. So make sure to stay up to date on the YouTube terms of service and the community guidelines. It's very important to follow those and make your content adhere to those. Basically, if you're adhering to the guidelines, your video is going to get approved. Sometimes you might get the short end of the stick, but I mean, that's life. You just want to see everyone succeed. We've talked to so many amazing creators already within the community. Been making videos a long time. I have a good understanding of YouTube, and we've been successful so far, starting this channel out from rock bottom less than a year ago. So, you know, it's definitely doable, but you just have to be smart about it, and you have to make content that adheres to the guidelines. You kind of have to play ball. But that doesn't mean you have to stop doing all your other content. Definitely do that, because so many of our viewers enjoy that kind of stuff. Just know that the content that basically takes the most effort gives you the least return, either on viewers or new subscribers or building your channel, because YouTube blocks that. If it's age restricted and it's ad restricted, that means it's probably not going to get seen by many people, or even people who are already subscribing to your channel, or no one's ever going to find it because it's buried, and you're definitely not going to get any kind of return from all the effort you put into the video. So that's kind of where things like channel members and things like that will help pick in the pace. You could start a Patreon and things like that. So those are other great ways to support your channel without YouTube monetization. But, you know, YouTube monetization is a nice thing because it does help you with all the views and all the hard work that you put in. So, you know, support the creators you love, guys. I hope this video helped you out if you're out here grinding away too. So I was thinking of doing another one on tips for just generating income with your channel, you know, working with affiliates, setting up different things that can help generate revenue for your channel, because it is so hard to make a channel survive on here. Making this kind of content, you really have to reach out to all the different streams that you can to help support all the work you're doing. Thanks so much, guys. I just want to help all the amazing creators out here too, going through the same struggles with just some things I've learned. If you guys have any tips or anything that you've learned, definitely share in the comments below. Let us know, guys. Really appreciate it. And if you haven't checked out our channel members, that's probably the biggest support to our channel as a whole. YouTube, getting yourself monetized is great, but realistically, it's not really that much. So for the amount of work and everything like that, these tips are all just things that can help you grow your channel, help gain visibility, and hopefully put you in a position to maybe make it your job one day. We want to see everybody succeed in that same fashion, and that's a personal goal for us, me and Heaven, and our channel. So we're just continuing on, guys. We really hope you liked this one. If you did, give it a thumb up, like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video.